From GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. It's Week 15 of the NFL on EA Sports. Taking on the Las Vegas Raiders.
From one of the loudest venues in the NFL, there's a look at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Chiefs ball club. They've been flawless all year long as they hit the home stretch at 13-0.
And now they just have to guard against complacency. You still got to go out and earn it every week.
And from the end zone, Deontay Hardy will bring it out. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. So here comes the Raider offense now onto the field. They'll be led out by their quarterback, a first-round pick back in April's draft.
His game last week reminded me of the old song, accentuate the positive, because that's about all he did, right?
Yeah.
3 touchdown passes, over 300 yards in the air, receivers happy.
And they got the win.
Got the win. If you're running back that likes to catch passes, they're happy as well. Big-time game.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. You see the numbers in last week's game for Warren. 16 carries, 59 yards.
There were some signs of life from their ground game last week, but overall, just a so-so performance. Everyone knows they can make a slight improvement how they contribute to this aspect of the offense. Lyman can set their blocks and hold them a little bit longer, and he can be quicker to the hole and hit a lane. If they do that, they should get some better numbers produced this week.
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
On the return, Hardy. 21 yards. Well done on the return. So now the Chiefs go on offense in a great starting spot. And they will be led out by their second-year quarterback.
And they are in rhythm on offense because of him. I mean, right now he's got everything going the way he wants to, finding the receivers the way he wants to, looking over defenses. No interceptions is the number I lock in on. Before a touchdown pass isn't so bad either.
Yeah, what a game he had last week. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that is caught. Touchdown, Kansas City. Xavier Worthy with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Chiefs are on the board first here this afternoon. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
They're going to try and run. And he will get in to make it 8-0. after the touchdown. Here's Butker on to kick it away. On the return, Deontay Hardy. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. They are back over the 500 mark for the season. Got there with a win a week ago. Their second straight victory. Taking it right down Broadway. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down. They'll drop to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Bowers. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He's going to look deep down the field. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down. They'll try to pick this up on the ground with White. Nothing doing on second and third down after that 9-yard gain on first. Remember, that was less than a yard. That was not a full yard. That defense, they were having none of it.
Yeah, the surge the offensive line was seeking actually occurred on the other side of the ball. They reestablished the line of scrimmage and stuffed them.
Too long for a field goal, too short to punt. That in-between range, and they'll go for it on fourth down. They'll try and run for it. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. They only needed a few. And they didn't get much more than that, but by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on fourth down. Right back to him on first down. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. One quarter down, 8-0 the score. They'll come up 2nd and 7. Second quarter now, and it's Las Vegas with the football. They toss it to Warren as they've got it 2nd and 7. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. That second down play nets a -4.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. They'll look to throw here. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
Kansas City taking the field for their second drive. Just 2 series in here, Charles, but everything's gone to script so far. They got a touchdown on their first drive. Their defense holds, and now they've got a chance to take a 2-score lead.
And to co-sign with you, exactly the start they scripted up. And really, that kind of start, that can set the tone for the game for them.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. This could end up being a pretty big drive. I mean, look, yes, it's early in this game, but they scored the touchdown. They got the stop. And now if they could get in the end zone here again, CD, they could grab an early stranglehold on this one.
Yeah, they certainly can, and that's what you're looking for. Where's the advantage? Can you gain it? Can you press it? Now for them, finishing it off, because right now it's out there for them. They've just got to go seize it.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. Down the sideline he goes. Trying to tiptoe the pylon, but they're going to say he stepped out at the 1-yard line. A big play there for KC. 52 yards.
Oh, man, disappointment that he couldn't finish that off in the end zone. What an effort there. Doing all he can to get to the pylon, and he's going to wind up out of bounds just short. But a huge play there, going to set him up with 1st and goal from very short range.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he's going to go down, sacked back at the 13-yard line. He tried to get away. But to no avail, and an absolute killer there. A 12-yard loss on 1st and goal. So 1st down went in the wrong direction. They're at the 13-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Escaping the pressure right. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. They'll still have a 3rd and goal now despite picking up 13 yards on that pass play. 8-0 our score with 2 minutes left in the second quarter. The ball mere inches from the white line on 3rd and goal. Pacheco will take this one in. It's a Chiefs touchdown. Andy Reid never one to shy away from taking chances. He'll go for 2. They'll try and run it here. And he is in to make it 16-0. I think we're sensing a trend here. 2 first-half touchdowns. After going for 2 after the first score, CD, I thought maybe they would kick the PAT here. No, they get 2 more.
No, they decided to really press the advantage because, remember, getting the 2 after the first score, you've already got the other team back on their heels if they're going to mount a comeback. But to go up 2 scores and 2 two-point conversions, you've really got them thinking on the other sideline.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And he'll be out of bounds here just past the 20-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And the way their last drive ended, boy, it was frustrating. They had a pretty good drive going. It was sustained, and then it stalled out, Charles, and they missed the field goal and got nothing out of it.
Is that insult to injury? Because they had such a sustained drive, as you noted. So you know for the head coach, it almost felt like a little bit of failure to send out the field goal unit and then to not even see the ball go through the post. What a bummer on that last drive for them. Kind of picked themselves up from that one.
They'll run it, Warren. And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
On 4th down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. Here's Hardy set to return. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And it's Chiefs football. 1st and 10. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. So for this offense, Charles, remember drive 1 made it to the end zone. Drive 2 resulted in a touchdown as well. Now they'll try to make it 3 for 3.
Yeah, and you know, they told us all week that this was the plan and this is what they wanted to execute, but did they really believe it would happen this well, this efficiently? I know they'll take it, and afterwards they'll say, there was never a doubt in our minds we were going to be successful in this one.
He'll check this one down to Pacheco. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it'll be 2nd down. Well, these two teams, you might recall, met up back in September in Week 3. And it was the Chiefs who got the road victory there, so now looking to claim the season series at home in KC. 2nd and 6. He's going to let this one go deep. And that is incomplete. Nearly intercepted. The free safety couldn't quite get his hands around it, and it brings up 3rd down.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
There goes a deep ball, end zone. And that is caught for the touchdown, Kansas City. Xavier Worthy, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Chiefs continue to pull away here in this first half.
They have really had their way so far in the first half, but they wanted to continue to build on their lead. They know that no lead is safe in this league, so they decided to try their best to get one more as they headed into the half, and they got it done.
So the Chiefs opt to keep the offense out there, and they'll line up to go for 2. They're going to keep it on the ground. And they are 3 for 3 on 2-point conversions as he is into the end zone for the score. After the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This taken in at the goal line. And he returns this to the 22. One final go for this offense here in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Not wanting to take a chance this time. They'll keep it on the ground. And he'll just keep two hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you, too, in a bit. For now, plenty of early game action around the NFL to get you caught up on, so let's get to it. We'll get started up at Cleveland Browns Stadium in Cleveland. And in the second quarter, it's the Vikings who are out on top. Justin Jefferson, a touchdown reception. From there, we'll head to Buffalo to check on what's happening with the Bills at Highmark Stadium. And they have the lead over the visiting New York Jets. James Cook with a couple of touchdowns there. Lastly, we head to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough to check on the Patriots. And in that one, it's the visiting Dolphins who are out in front. The Dolphins still in a dogfight, but this would be a good victory for them if they could get it.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Ready for the start of the third quarter. The Chiefs have the lead and set to receive the football. I couldn't take the chance. This will be returned from the goal line. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. The Chiefs ready to go on offense to begin quarter number 3. Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
They'll start the drive here with Pacheco. And some room to maneuver. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Fresh out of the locker room, they hit him with a gain of over 20. Defense really kept him in check running the football in the first half. Maybe that'll be a spark for him here in half 2.
So 2 words come to mind for me. Resilient, because he has to keep bouncing back after some limiting runs. And how about relentless? Keep going, knowing that you may pop one, as he just did there.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. The play action fake, they'll look to throw. Throw left side, completion to Rice. Fights through and now a crease. Still shedding tackles. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Rashee Rice, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Chiefs come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. And I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that, so he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the second-year quarterback.
They'll try and throw for it. Buying time to his left. And make him 4 for 4 now on 2-point conversions as he'll take this one in for the score.
I guess when you're hot, you're hot. I mean, I would just go ahead and take the extra point and move on, but apparently they've got something to prove. Almost feels like something was said this week, and they wanted to make sure that they laid it on them in this game.
after the touchdown. Here's Butker on to kick it away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. Back to throw now on first down. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Leo Chanel racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. Chalk that up as their first sack in this game, and they tallied 4 a week ago.
And probably not as much exultation in that sack as what took us so long. Because when you get 4 the previous week, you're counting on continuing that momentum. They didn't get that done in the first half of the game. Let's see now if they start to bring even more exotic pressure towards the quarterback.
Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a second and very long. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
But we saw that they had a lot of success last week throwing the football, but that hasn't translated to this week. But with his team behind, I don't expect him to back off. I expect him to keep firing.
Here's A.J. Cole now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Now a fair catch called for and made right on the 45-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. Now this Chiefs offense gets set to go again. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And he'll be taken down territory. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
They'll look to throw here on first down. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. That one good for 12 yards into Kansas City first.
And if anyone thinks they're just going to tuck their horns in and pull back off the throttle a little bit, you can forget it. Even with this big third quarter lead, I think this team's going to continue to take their shots downfield, and there's another completion.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They'll look to throw. Pitch and catch here to Travis Kelce. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 10 more there and another first down.
Well, it certainly doesn't matter if it's been through the air like on this play or on the ground. I don't know what's going on with this defense. In a sense, they've been AWOL on this drive so far. 3 plays, 3 first downs given up. They've got to find answers, and they've got to find them quick.
On 1st and 10, here's Pacheco. 50 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
They've created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there that keeps them advancing the ball.
This 2nd and 4. As they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. On play action, they'll throw. Wide open receiver complete. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door. He'll drop to throw. Flushed out right. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Chiefs add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. When coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back to the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
And now an audible here into something else. They're going to try and run. And they're a perfect 5 for 5 now on 2-point conversions as he is in to get them 2 more.
I think this is just going to be a function of the times we live in now. Very similar to the bat flip in baseball. Everyone's got to start to get comfortable with this. But to me, this is just rubbing it in. You got a big lead. Go ahead and take the extra point. One thing to keep in mind, though, karma's still out there. And sometimes it has a way of catching up with you.
And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. He'll look to throw. And the Chiefs are going to get him. Chris Jones, it's a 13. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, I think a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hadn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense.
In his defense, I got it.
You see what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure. This offense so far on 3rd down, a pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and forever. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. Things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does him in here, and that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow right now. I mean, I know this is the NFL, but could you imagine a college crowd right now? Imagine what they'd be doing. They'd be chanting, "Start the bus," because they think this one is over.
After the safety, remember, they also need to give up the football, and here's the free kick. Fielded just inside the 30. The Chiefs offense now making their way back onto the field. I'm just wondering, do they want to add on to this gigantic lead? My guess, given how they like to play and how explosive this offense is, Charles, that they're not content being up by this margin. They probably want more.
And if they do go and get more, Oh, look out. At that point, let's just aim the camera for the post-game handshake, because that one might be a little bit on the tense side, the way that this one is turning out.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Oh, look at the juke. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Coming up on the final 2.5 minutes. And boy, has it been fun to watch this offense operate. Quite the display, and now they look to polish it off. 2nd and 4. Being chased out left. And some room to work. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
I am willing to bet that he got a monster grin on his face when he saw what was happening. Man coverage was so committed to denying a big throw that it pulled attention away from him, and he had an easy lane to hit, and hit it he did.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Headed straight, it's Pacheco. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. 68 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Now back to throw. Flush to his right. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down. He'll look to throw. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
They'll come up facing 3rd and 5.
Watch the screen. 45 to the line. Check tight end. Check tight. Check tight.
They'll set up a throw. This is caught. And this will not be enough. On 3rd and 5, he only gets 3.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. CD, it'll go into the books as just one win, but this is a really impressive win. They've done it on defense, and here they continue to do it on offense. Another score in the 4th quarter to widen that advantage.
I like where you were going with that one. Would you say, partner, it was really 3 victories today? Landslide on the scoreboard, emphatic victory on either side of the ball. They really got it done.
So now the Chiefs will once again decide to go for 2 here. Well, looks like they'll move things around here. They'll try the draw. And they are just not going to let up as he is into the end zone here for 2 more. After the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. Well, I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the fourth quarter. They're just trying to erase that 0 on the scoreboard, Charles, and get some type of momentum to carry into the film session tomorrow.
If you get any type of points on the board, it'll count as a moral victory, although no one will talk about that in the post-game press conference. That's not something you mention in the NFL. And this loss, it already stings and will for a while. But everyone on that offense knows it'll sting a lot worse if they don't put some points up on the board.
On first down, he'll drop to throw.
And that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left.
Well, he certainly didn't like what he saw all from the coverage on his primary reads, and he didn't even have any luck trying to get back to his safety valve. Give defense a credit. Coverage was in lockdown mode everywhere.
And this is going to be intercepted.
Trent McDuffie with a pick. And the Chiefs will have the football as this is taken up past the 30.
Yet another mistake after the interception there. And, gosh, you look up at the scoreboard. They just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They came into this one with a vision, Charles, and it has played out exactly as they had hoped, if not even better. They've got the huge lead here, and now the football for the final moments of the fourth.
Yeah, and it was apparent that they were the better team, right? We figured that out pretty early. But give them a lot of credit for staying with it. They didn't stumble around out there. They didn't create a lot of errors for themselves because they were the superior team. They took care of business and closed them out pretty quickly.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game. They'll set up to throw. Looking deep downfield. And And this is caught. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top. Well, this is long since over, and some might see this as overkill, but remember, this is a team that puts on the hard hats, grabs the lunch pail, and tells everyone, we're going to give you a full 60 minutes, and that's exactly how they're playing this one out.
Charles, when you look at the stat sheet, you realize that both sides of the ball were so dominant in this game. And on offense, not only did they score it, but they did it through the air as well as on the ground. Everything was working.
And you know that the guys who scored the touchdowns, who contributed that way to threw them or ran them, they're going to find our cameras and have a big grin for them. I hope our cameras find that offensive line. How versatile were they? Move the ball on the ground, move people so they could run it, and then protected their passers so they could throw it.
So for the Chiefs, they move ever closer to the perfect regular season as they run things to 14-0. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Baltimore Ravens.
Meanwhile, for Las Vegas,
their playoff hopes take a hit as they drop to 7-7.